man, they really did a number on you. Alright, hey, let me check you out real quick, okay? I'm just gonna get your pulse over here real quick in your neck, okay? You've never been captured before, have you? Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Someone as young as you, this shouldn't happen to you. Let me get your wrists, okay? Alright. Are you bleeding anywhere? Just here on the head, huh? Let me check. You just wipe away some of the blood and kind of look. I know it's not like they're gonna give us prisoners any kind of sterile packaging or anything. This is as clean as I've got. Sorry, kiddo. What a funny advanced question for somebody your age. Over here. Okay. Well, it looks like the gash kind of comes up around here, but it looks like it's not. So head wounds bleed like crazy, but it looks like that's all that it is. Can I check real quick? I want to see. I want to see kind of if you're with me, you know, as far as like if we gotta worry about a concussion. Did you lose consciousness at all? No. Okay. What kind of a hit was it? Okay. Yeah, those grays, they're not very sympathetic to... You're contaminated, aren't you? Yeah, they're not very sympathetic to contaminated kiddos. But I'm surprised that they have you alive, but let's finish doing kind of a little quick medical check before we go into that. Alright, so... your pupils look okay too. I don't have any kind of little light here. Oh, there's a light kind of over here. Can you look at this light real quick? Just right there, that eye. Okay, good. And then the other eye. Perfect. Okay. Alright, kiddo. Let's see, I'm trying to remember everything Dr. Patty Loyland taught us. So concussion, it's really important that you didn't lose consciousness. It's important that your pupils are not dilating wrong. That tells me about brain damage. I'm supposed to ask you some questions. Do you know where you are? Yeah, I wish I wasn't here also. I've been here a while, as you can tell from kind of the... Yeah. And what's your name? Alright, and do you know the day and the time? That's okay, no, none of us really do, though they've been here for a while. Okay, let me try to remember. So I gotta, to make, you know, that's helping me to make sure you don't have brain damage, stuff like that. And then I'm supposed to ask you a couple questions maybe about, I think calculations and stuff like that. I know how to do the neuro exam, so let me do that. Yeah, make sure your brain is all intact. I don't know all the questions that somebody should ask. There's like a card that we're supposed to have, like a little mace card that we keep on in our uniform pockets, you know? Yeah, you don't have one on you, right? Yeah. You didn't have your uniform when you were caught. Yeah. No, they tend to, well, you know, because a lot of us wear, you know, civvies or other stuff while we're in restricted areas. We don't like wear uniforms all the time, so it happens as it happens. Do they take your wristband? Yeah, it looks like they took your tracking band, so that the Frelsey can't find where you are. Alright, let me get the rest of these questions then. So I know, like, I need to focus on your head. That's the main thing. Your circulation is good. You're talking to me, so clearly you're breathing good. So by the algorithm that we do, you know, no massive hemorrhage. Are there any other any other injuries I should know about? Any other parts of you that hurt? Just to be sure, I probably should have done this first, but let me do a blood sweep. Is that okay? Alright, Well, I was gonna do it whether you said yes or no. I'm gonna kind of check around your arm here, and your arm here, and down your leg over here, and your other leg here. I'm gonna look behind you, okay? Okay, I'm gonna lift up the back of your shirt, okay? And here. Okay. And then back over here. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna lift the front of your shirt, if that's okay. Just to check your breathing and everything. If you want to go ahead and lift it. Okay. Then I'll just check here. We just gotta make sure you're okay. Everything's even. I don't see any injuries. Okay. Sorry about this. I know this is a little bit uncomfortable down here. But no bloody down in the middle, right? Okay, I'm not gonna be touching you there. Did they hit you there? Okay. Sorry. I don't know. It's more uncomfortable too because you're a kiddo. Yeah, no, they're jerks. They're major jerks. No, I'm scheduled, I think, to be executed. Actually. I'm not sure. It's hard to know with stuff like this. But yeah. Oh, you don't like that term? I'm sorry. Sorry I used it then. That's what the Greys call y'all, so it's easy to think in that terms. Let's do the neuro exam. Make sure your brain is okay. Okay, kiddo? Alright. Can you go ahead and look at my finger? Okay, and just kind of follow it. Don't move your head, just move your eyes, okay? There you go, buddy. Alright, nicely done. I think that's cranial nerve 3, 4, and 6, if I remember correctly. And then I guess I'll look at 5. Can you close your eyes and tell me where I'm poking you? Okay. Alright, just point to it. Perfect. And now? Okay. And now? Okay. Good. How about now? Nice. And now? Okay. Alright, you can open your eyes. Yeah, so that's 5. And then, can you hear this? Okay. How about on this side? Can you hear this? No? Maybe? Okay. Can you feel this? Okay, how about this? Okay. Can you hear it from further away? And this side? Okay. And then can you smile for me? I know this isn't the place you want to smile, but go ahead and smile. And then raise your eyebrows. Puff out your cheeks. I know they're funny faces, aren't they? And then purse your lips like you're gonna give a kiss. Well done. Alright, and then I think I'm supposed to have you open your mouth and say ah. And I'm supposed to look. Can I get this light? Go ahead and say ah again. Perfect. Okay. And then go ahead and move your tongue side to side like this. Okay. And then I'm going to put my hands on your shoulders. Can you lift up? Perfect. Yeah, like shrugging. Perfect. Alright, that's good. How about this? Can you do this? Okay. How about the other side? And then like this. This is taking your cerebellum, says Dr. Patty. Alright, touch your nose and then touch my finger, like this. Okay, your nose and then my finger. No, no. You touch your nose and then touch my finger. Okay. Okay, and then over here. And over here. And over here. And here. Okay. Excellent. I think that's just fine, don't you? Okay. Can you take your ankle and run it from your knee down to your shin? Perfect. Okay, other one, other leg. Good. And then flap your feet like this. Nice. Okay. Alright, so it looks like your cranial nerves are good, your cerebellum are good. Does everything feel the same on both sides if I like touch your arm, your leg right here? Okay. That's good. And then can you squeeze my fingers really hard? Perfect. Can you push up against my hands? Okay, and then out. Perfect. And push up with your knees. Good. And then kick up with your foot, like kick. Not like up, but like kick. Kick out. Another foot. Oh, kiddo. You're a strong one. Oh, you're electromagnetic. That's cool. That's why they haven't killed you. I've never met an electromagnetic human before. What can you do? Oh, that's why they want to test all your abilities. Yeah, I mean, it would be, you're kind of an endangered species. They wouldn't want to kill you. Wow. Yeah, all the others that were caught with your same time are not alive anymore. I'm sorry, kiddo. Yeah, you're lucky, I guess. I'll be around. I'll be here today. I know I'll at least be here today. I don't know about tomorrow. We'll find out. But you know, to tell you the truth, nobody ever knows. Nobody ever knows about the next day. Oh, kiddo. Oh, man. Kiddo, nobody ever knows. It's okay. Oh, I'm knocking stuff around. Sorry about that. It's true, you know. Nobody ever does know. Even the richest bureaucrats in Red Track City don't know for sure if they're going to be alive the next day. Nobody knows, so I'm not worried. I just actually have the benefit of knowing a little bit, knowing the likelihood, right, that I'll be gone tomorrow. Because most people live their lives not knowing it could be tomorrow, and then that's it, poof. I'm actually surprised they kept me around this long because I am contaminated, like you. I do use the word because I don't mind it. I like the idea of Nyandijara infecting everything. It doesn't bother me at all. I like that idea. So to me, even though it's supposed to be a slur, it doesn't offend me. I think it's fun. It's like I'm a zombie. That's why they're afraid of us, you know. Of course, people can't handle what they don't understand, and people are definitely afraid of like interdimensional beings. I mean, how much literature is there out there about like elder gods coming to kill all of us through space and time, or things coming into our reality from other rifts and things like that? It's always bad stories. Why? Because we are so xenophobic. It's all xenophobia, kid. You know what that means? It means afraid of what is strange. And we really are. You know, it's like when people, the beach hanks can be a little bit xenophobic. The land walruses, right? I don't know if you've heard of them on Lunawood Hollow. Like, they won't let other species into their society. They're not so xenophobic that they'll kill you. It used to be that way. They're very independent. I don't think there are any of them that are allied with either the Frelsey or the Groen. Yeah. But there are some tribes that will kill you for coming into their, territory or stuff like that. And that's not okay, right? It's okay to have your own territory, but it's not okay to kill immigrants, even if you feel that they're called colonialists or whatever, even if they're invaders. It's not okay to kill people for coming into your territory. You can eject them. You can be like, goodbye you, and you can eject them by force if necessary. Everyone has that right over their sovereign land to create their own space and eject people if they don't have the resources for that space. But even that, right, I think I would argue that some people would think you shouldn't, it's like the balance between imperialism, whereas like the Groen want the Bichang land walruses to be forced to open their borders and let everyone in and be part of the unification and have the same rules with everyone else, have the same taxes. And obviously we don't think that's okay. As Frelsey, we want them to have the right to have their own territory. But on the other hand, right, as people, we also wouldn't want them to join the Frelsey thinking that it's okay to just kill people who come into your land. That's not very, a colonist or an invader is just an immigrant, the other side of the coin, right? And immigration is just invasion, other side of the coin. And so it's all how you manage it, right? Sorry, so I was a diplomat. I was a diplomat for the, actually I'm from Berbera. Have you been there? Yes. No, I was a diplomat before I sided with the Frelsey. And even then, I've been trying to do diplomacy type things. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time when I was captured. Because I'm not much of a soldier. I mean, I know everyone in the Frelsey. I'll have to learn combat of some kind, but I'm really not. I'm not really serious. But diplomacy has always been fascinating to me, with all the different species that we have to take care of, right? I think the major difference to me between being Frelsey and being Groen is it's not forced, right? We would like the Bichangs to have open trade with everybody, but nobody's going to make them. The only requirement is, your rights end where someone else's rights begin. So if they start killing people who wander into their territory, that's not cool. Obviously, we'll defend our own, but yeah, we won't go in there if we're not supposed to go in there, right? Whereas for the Groen, everything needs to be unified. We have to find the one best culture. Every country, every planet needs to be part of this same system. And they want to study every culture and find the best out of every culture and create that universal law. They want universal everything, right? So everyone will have healthcare, everyone has everything economically, the way, they want to have so much control over our lives that they can guarantee that we'll be okay. There's a lot of, I had a lot of diplomat friends who really liked the Groen. There's a lot of advantages to having various unified systems, but I think where I drew the line and why I ended up supporting the Frelsey was I didn't like anything to be forced. Even taxation is really just a form of violence if you can't opt in and out of things. So I support the right of the planets to be independent. At the same time, I don't support, I think there's benefits to, instead of being completely independent, joining the Frelsey Alliance and trying to, work together to protect ourselves from. I feel that the Groen are imperialist. I think there's a lot of possible pluses and minuses to their ideas, but ultimately I think that even if they can promise that you'll be healthy and safe, if they take away your ability to decide what you do and you have to conform to some universal law, that's I wasn't for that. I wasn't for forcing the beach hanks to integrate with everyone else. I think that diversity is beautiful. There are rumors that Steichbergandor up at the top wants to eventually create everyone into one uniform species. Not even just uniform culture, but one uniform species that is like the perfect species. Yeah. To me, that sounds pretty creepy and terrible, but it is just a rumor. I have heard of experimentation and things like that going on in various areas. And I've noticed that slavery always increases wherever the Groen are. There's always some kind of seedy underbelly. Yeah. So don't fall. I'm saying all this to you even though you're just a kid, because I'm sure there's some brainwashing going on in your sessions too. Yeah. Just remember that anything they say doesn't justify taking you from your parents by force or trying to kill your parents. The proof is in the pudding. The proof. You shall know them by their fruits, what they do, and the results that they make, even if they promise you all these good health things, or they promise you these economic success. What actually happens and what they actually do is what you gotta watch. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good that I would like to see. So, ultimately, at the beginning of things, I've worked with Groen diplomats a lot. Especially on Berbera, the war is really fought more with words than with weapons. It's not like here on Alpino or on Luna Guatala in the contested zones. I was part of arranging the Spaces Treaty and trying to get it to be a little more favorable to the Frelsey. Yeah. So, and as so what's the Spaces Treaty? Oh, you are kind of young, maybe you don't know. The Spaces Treaty says that there are some zones that are contested and other ones that are uncontested. Luna Guatala and Alpino are both in contested zones where the Groen and the Frelsey are fighting. Those planets are no longer either independent or allied. There's, conflict there. If a planet is in the uncontested zone, that's the majority of the population on the planet has decided they don't want any part of that conflict, then there's not allowed to be any armed conflict between those two forces on those planets. If a lot of the planet has decided they want to be with one side or the other, then obviously that's a contested zone. That's where you have the conflict. But planets that the entire population has determined to stay out of the war, basically, those are, the Spaces Treaty says that must be honored, or other planets that are also uncontested can send military force against whichever side violated the treaty, the Groen or the Frelsey. Berbera is uncontested. And it's an independent planet. There's Frelsey presence there. There's a lot of Frelsey bases, and there's Groen bases, but there can't be any military conflict. So the war that I've been fighting has been a war of words, right? To try to get military support from Berbera, to try to get financial support, and I happened to be here on Alpino, on mission, basically. I was doing some reports, and well, because there's also some hope of trying to get either Alpino or Luna Guatala to declare, for the entire population to mobilize for the Frelsey, right? So there's a lot of complicated politics behind all of this, and the Groen have a lot of pretty arguments, and a lot of them are very legitimate. A lot of the Groen senders really appeal to very wealthy populations, but then you have to think about small tribal populations like the Beachangs, the vibrant insectoids. Like, those people groups also have a right to live the way that they want to live, right? Well, it'd be like if you have a toy and your friend has a toy, and you want to play with your toy the way you want to play, Your friend can't come over and tell you how to play with your toy, can they? I think they shouldn't. I think only your mommy and daddy should say that. They'll grow and want to be everybody's mommy and daddy. But I think that a lot of us already have pretty good mommies and daddies, right? Yeah. What I'm saying is them taking you away from your parents is never going to be okay. So anytime they try to put stuff in your head, you just remember that. You just remember your parents and that your parents love you. Right? Do you have parents? Do you have two parents? Yeah. You're lucky. A lot of people don't. A lot of Frelsey kids especially, you guys don't tend to have parents. Yeah. That's good. Well, thank Nyande. That's wonderful that you do. And that's why you went to Berbera. Oh, you went swimming for pearls. So it is, yeah, most Berberans are either Ichthyans or mer people. There's a lot of those. Yep. There's also, but there are some humanoids like me. Yeah, some humans. We're definitely the minority because, you know, we can't breathe underwater. So, but Berbera is such a lovely place. I mean, and, you know, it is one of the wealthiest trade centers in the galaxy, so I'm glad you got to go swimming for pearls. Can I tell you something? There was a study that found that kiddos who could remember good memories and keep them close tend to not have so much depression. Depression is when you get very, very sad that you can't work or function or do anything or think anymore. It's not just being sad, it's being, you know, incapacitated, and it's very easy in these kind of places to become like that, and I don't want you to become like that. Yeah. And I don't want you to be sad if I'm gone tomorrow, because I'm gonna go and be with Nyande. Well, what he does is all of the little electrical programming that makes us up, because people, we have all these electrical programmings all through our systems, right? From your head down all the way to your toes, everything is electricity. And he saves all of those electrical patterns in his dimension until he can put us all together again. Yep, that's the benefit of being contaminated. So I'm gonna be okay. Yep. Basically, if you are contaminated, you're like a zombie. You can't be killed. Because even if you die, all your patterns are saved in his dimension. All he has to do is plug that back into whatever he wants, whatever new body he chooses. So, just put everything back together in his dimension and it will be beautiful. That's what he told me anyway. People are still studying because this is such a mysterious interdimensional energy being. So it's hard to know for sure how it works, right? But if you get out of here, you should consider trying to dig up. There are ancient texts on the human home world. There are a couple large libraries on Berbera. There are hidden archaeological finds that can help us find out more about this being, this interdimensional, strange energy being. I think he's radioactive, since we can't have direct contact with him without dying. But I think something in his radioactivity allows him to save all of those patterns. Look, if it is a fairy tale I'm telling you, it's a very, very scientifically worded one, isn't it? Yeah. I will be fine, even if I'm gone. Don't worry about me. You just remember your parents, and you remember good memories, like Berbera. What other good memories do you have, besides pearl diving in Berbera? That's right, the underwater seaweed gardens are beautiful. Have you lived there before? No, your mother lived there briefly. Red Track City. Oh, that's on Luna Guatala. You've traveled a lot for someone so young. Oh, because of training, because of your electromagnetic abilities. Oh, that's cool. So, on Luna Guatala, what did you like there? I know it is so hot there, you are right. Oh, yes. The acrobats on Red Track City are so beautiful, aren't they? Red Track City is lovely. You're right, it is sad it's taken over. It's might be taken over by the Groen, but we can't think of that yet. We don't know if it's going to be taken over or not. And they can't take away your memories. They can't take away the past. And so that's something you have to hold on to. Hold on to the good memories, okay? Just hold on to the good memories. Because then they can't break you, okay, little one? You're gonna be okay. I have a feeling that you're gonna get better. What you gotta do is you gotta meditate on the good memories. Do you have a favorite color? Green. I'll meditate on the color green. Let's meditate. Let's you close your eyes and just let green be in the back of your eyes. Just imagine green until it becomes real. Just green, 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 green. Think about it. Think about the different things that are green. Think about why you like green. Let green just come inside you and be all in you. That'll help calm you down. I guarantee it. Maybe if that's your favorite color, why not? Let me just fix your collar here. I know. This is making your electromagnetic senses go off. Okay. The color green. Just meditate on the color green, okay? You're gonna be okay. And I'm gonna be okay. Don't worry about me. Just ask Nyanjada to stay with you. And ask him about the color green. It's a big benefit to have an invisible friend. It really is. Alright. You look very sleepy. Just let you go to sleep now. Good night, little one. You're a tough little man. I believe in you.